On a Tuesday morning, we're saying, what's up, party people? Great to see everybody on the comments line, lining up, reporting for duty, checking in for class. And I do appreciate your prompt attendance on a daily basis. Thank you guys so much. Creative Tony's in the house. We're both robed up. Why? If you're new to the program, this is Polymax Particles. We're a relatively new endeavor on the YouTube space. And Tony and I have launched this new concept. Actually, it was Tony's idea. I should let him take the floor to explain the concept, why I'm wearing a bathrobe, why Creative Tony's wearing a bathrobe. And then I want to go right into lots of Donte Whitner information, but not until I introduce our new sponsor. I'll get to our new sponsor in a second. First, Tony, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the hell it is. And great to see you robed up in your flannel stylings. How did you get the concept for Roby Tuesday? Like, where did this whole thing come from for the newbies?
I think we were talking robes in one of our first shows, and then I think it was on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then it made me think of the song Ruby Tuesday, and we have some great particles today about that song and Roby Tuesday. And then we thought Roby Tuesday. And any excuse I can get to wear a robe, I'm down. And so, and also, I also want to we want to introduce our new sponsor here in a sec, but I also want to read a text message I sent to Donte Whitner.
Well, I know we got a lot to
actually sent. I can't believe I actually sent to him. But
I love it. No, Tony's always had brass balls. It's one thing about you I really love is that Tony will walk into any situation and be pretty fearless about it. Like Tony does stuff that I don't feel comfortable doing. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
And Tony, I really credit you. I need that in the particle community. So thank you.
Yeah, that's why we work out. That's why we work well.
You got brass balls, my friend. You raise your T, I'll raise my P. Hang on, let me get a hit of caffeine as well. T and P today, kids. Yeah, cheers. Clink.
That's pretty funny, man. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
You got to have your lettered mug. Why not? In fact, I got one with a P, one with an M, just to make sure if one's dirty, I got the other one cooking.
Hey, before we talk about flex funding, I do coconut milk in my coffee with honey as well. What do you put in your coffee, or do you go black?
I want to stop you right there. That's a fascinating. Well, see, for starters, I put honey in my coffee too, and I think that might be one of the only reasons I'm still alive. To be honest with you, my dad. And I learned that. I learned that from my dad. I watched my dad drink coffee when I was a kid, and my father used to put honey in his coffee. And then getting into radio and stuff in college, and then in my 20s, 30s, and here I am. I'm still going. I feel like coffee with honey has done me some kind of good. I really do. Dude, I know it's good for your throat. I know it's a great alternative to sugar, regular kind of sugar. And I'm a honey proponent, but I'm fascinated with the coconut milk, and I'll tell you why. I love coconut. I love coconut
dude,
raw.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
You know what I really love, Tony? There was we talked about ice cream, I think, yesterday, and you were telling me to go get that double rainbow chocolate peanut butter. I actually went grocery shopping yesterday. Nice. They didn't have it. I looked for it. They didn't have it. But there was a limited flavor Ben & Jerry's did years ago. It was like coconut almond fudge chunk or something like that. Tony, coconut ice cream. Oh, dude. But it was a limited run. Like they don't make it anymore. But anyway, but doesn't that compromise the flavor? Now I need
not at all.
Does that compromise the flavor of the coffee, turn it into coconut coffee?
No, man, it's delicious, and it's so good for you. Coconut milk is so good for you too. You can get it in a can, give it a good shake, and then I advise you to buy a frother as well. Get a little battery-powered frother.
I don't need any froth. That's where I'll draw the line. I'm a froth-free kind of guy. I don't need froth.
Once you froth, you can't stop frothing. I'm a frother.
Tony, shout out David Lee Froth, okay? If I could, that's David Lee Froth. Yeah, that's my new guy. He's give me some froth in my double latte right here, a little bit. Hey, also shout out to Don Peralta, always checking in, always contributing. This guy's a force of freaking nature. And Don Peralta checking in, going, shout out Coconuts and Coffee at Trouble Coffee on 46th and Judah. Tony, you being the black belt of Bay Area knowledge, do you know that place? Trouble Coffee?
I do not, but I love the outer Richmond, outer Sunset.
Me too.
I will get there. Because then you know what you do right after 46th and Judah? You go right out to Ocean Beach, dude. Just keep going west. Hey, right out to Ocean Beach.
Quick question. A lot to get to. We're going to do it all. Don't worry. Everybody settle in for a nice Tuesday broadcast. But quick question about the Great Highway out there by the beach. And we're talking about Judah 46. Like I had a place out there, if you remember. It's very brief, very, very short period of time.
I used to live out there too, dude.
Hey, Tony, I'll keep this vague for I don't want to drag everybody into my off the field stuff, but I'll tell you this, Tony, it was brief. I was in and I was out just as fast.
Yeah.
Out on 40.
I recall. Trust me, I recall.
Shout out 44th and Fulton. I wasn't there long. But anyway, Tony, I want to know if the Great Highway still closed? Like, can you drive up from your area and just drive along the beach? Because I know they close.
I think it's closed on the weekends. There's big controversy about keeping it closed or keeping it open. And I used to travel I still travel the Great Highway when I can because I love that drive. And you can time the lights. I think if you go 33 miles an hour or 66 miles an hour, you can catch all the lights.
Shout out to Get Your Kicks on Route 66. I saw
66. You're rolling the dice at 66. But
shout out Nikki 66, if I may, from Motley Crue. Yeah. Oh, look at you! Look at the teaser.
Yeah.
He's through some teaser graphics. Well, why not? Let's dive in. That was a good way to open the door. We are very, very happy today to announce our new partnership with a great gentleman, Carlos De La Fuente, and his great services over at Flex Funding. We're very, very happy to make this connection and to present you with his services that he's offering all of us. Let me take you through the origin story I have, Tony, with Carlos. It's fun.
Yeah, this is cool.
In fact, you know what's wild? Patty from Napa was on hand, almost like a marriage, like where you have to have a witness, like watch the whole thing. Patty was our witness. Patty, see if you can remember this. Do you remember a few years back when I was at KMBR, Murph and I doing our show, and I had a sponsor for this really cool barbecue joint. They were called Sauced, and they had locations in Petaluma. They had another location out in Walnut Creek. Tony, this is a really good spot too. They've since closed, sadly, but I think the pandemic took a bummer. Yeah, pandemic took a lot of businesses out, and I think they were a casualty, and it's unfortunate. But it was a great barbecue joint, and I used to eat up there in Petaluma with my mom, bring the kids up there. And then I had this appearance at the Sauced in Walnut Creek, and so I was hanging out. We're watching Giants games and everything. Patty was there that day. I'll never forget. Thanks for coming, Patty. And then I met this dude named Carlos, who I just kind of fell in with. We just started rapping San Francisco, the history of the city. Carlos is a San Francisco native. And then all these years later, he circles back and goes, Paulie Mac, you got this new show happening. I got this great service. Why don't we partner up? You can help me get my message out there. So Carlos De La Fuente from Flex Funding, welcome to Paulie Mac's Particles. We are really happy to have you. And let's explain his services. Listen, in life, especially if you're an adult in the Bay Area, there are times you're going to just need some cash. Period. End of story. Especially here in the Bay Area. It's very, very pricey to live here. Tony, the property taxes I'm paying up here in Marin County, it's freaking. I don't even want to get into it because my blood pressure is going to spike. Yeah, no, don't. My blood.
San Carlos in the peninsula is no different, dude. No different.
Tony and I want to make sure we bookend the most expensive areas of the Bay Area. I don't know how.
You know what I like, Paulie? I like spending $22 on like a veggie wrap. You know, that's what I like. That's what I like spending in San Carlos. It's cool. It's really cool.
Inflation skyrocketing. It's out of control. I told you I was at the grocery store yesterday. Don't even get me going. I was looking at chicken. Right. I used to pay like $8.99 for chicken breasts not too long ago. $22. Tony, $22. That same chicken yesterday. You go, what is this, magic chicken? Is this chicken? Am I going to grow wings and fly?
Dude, anyway, that reminds me of the soundbite. It tastes, it's chicken. It's fried chicken. Remember that kid you guys?
That's my kid. Yeah, no, it's chicken. It's fried chicken. That's why I'm here. It's fried chicken. That kid, that should be our next president. That little kid right there, the fried chicken kid. But Tony, anyway, Flex Funding. Let's talk about it. In life, there are times that you are going to need money, and when it comes to your finances or mortgages, private money loans, we're talking about your money. You have to be able to trust the person that's going to work and going to bat on your behalf. And that's why I'm proud to offer Carlos and his services to my audience, because Carlos is a stand-up guy. I mentioned he's a San Francisco native, so he loves the Bay. He loves San Francisco, and he cares about the community. And he's a stand-up dude. You can trust him. And listen, I'm happy to represent Carlos. Listen, Flex Funding will offer you a positive and painless experience. He can go to work for you right now. In fact, they specialize in HELOC loans. That's home equity line of credit. Here's the best part. No appraisal fee, kids. No, he's not going to slap you with any kind of hidden appraisal fees. That's just not going to happen. In fact, with Flex Funding, there are no appraisal fees. There are no hidden fees, no escrow, no title fees. He'll give you the very fast closings in 8 days, FICO score of 700 plus. This guy's the real deal. And I encourage you to get in touch today. If you are in a pinch or if you just need a private money loan, talk to Carlos, 925-250-4894. And you could also email him is his preference if you want to just shoot him a note and explain your situation. He'll get right back to you. That's Carlos at myflexnow.com, Tony.
Paulie, you said he's the real deal. And what matters to me most about Carlos is that he's born and raised here in the Bay Area. He knows the Bay Area market. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
26 years in the real estate and mortgage industry. Also a Sacred Heart Fighting Irish grad, and a San Francisco State Gator. So it's like this guy's locked and loaded in the Bay Area. And
I'm chomping for the Gators, Tony. I'm chomping. That's for Carlos.
Also, let's not BS anybody. Like Carlos is a smooth criminal too. Like ding 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 ding. Like he's a smooth operator. Is better.
Nice baseline, Tony. Bum 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 bum. Nice call.
Ow! The Michael Jackson. Yeah. But we've had a couple meetings with Carlos, man, and he's the coolest cat around. And first of all, and he's got great pipes too. We got to get him on the show. I think we're going to get him on the show next.
We'll get him on next week. Yeah, let him talk in his own words. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just we want to partner with people we respect and are inspired by, the people that have started on their own and gone out on their own and made businesses for themselves, and people that we admire and appreciate. And so Carlos is one of those people, just like Neil and Andrew at Longbridge Pizza. So we're so stoked to add Carlos to the PMP army, to the PMP family, and part of the Vibe Tribe, as we say.
Thank you. And you know what's funny, Tony? As we're talking about Carlos and introducing Flex Funding and all their great services, I just looked over at the text line. I saw Robot Centaur. He's one of our regular guys. And he said, hey, boys, listen, I got kids. I got kids that are young. They're going to be going to college in about 15 years. Bro, I hear you. That's exactly the kind of topic you'd want to bring to Carlos and let him help you get prepared for that. Because I can tell you from my experience, in fact, my oldest son is going to graduate college in May. I might have to miss a couple shows, Tony, but we'll talk about that. Because I'll be up in Portland running around, having dinners, getting Tony, you got to get Tommy all gowned up. You know what I mean? He's got to move that tassel from one side to the other. So my point is, bringing that up is, I know about saving for college, dude. Believe me. I know.
Dude, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now, Paulie.
But you know what, Robot Center, reach out and talk to Carlos about that. What's the best way to save my money? How do I do this? He can help you through all of that. So reach out to Carlos today and improve your financial realities. He's here to help all of us. Carlos De La Fuente at Flex Funding. Thank you, Tony. So on to the show today. Now, Tony.
I got to break out in song right away, Paulie. You got to join me. Ready? Okay.
Sure.
You got to sing "Happy Birthday." Happy
birthday to who? Who are we singing to?
To Draymond, dude. Draymond Green is 35 today, buddy. He is 35 years old. Draymond Green.
Let me sing to Draymond.
Lucky to have Draymond.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Sing it,
Happy birthday, dear Draymond. Happy birthday to you. Dude, Draymond's 35 today, man. I love Draymond. Of course he's frustrating. Of course he gets in trouble, on the court, and he seems to be chilled out a little bit this year.
It's a good call. He has not quite as many T's. Yeah. Tony, if I may, can I riff on Draymond's expense on his birthday? Tony, he hasn't been teed up too many times this year. He's saving him up for the postseason. Give me a Keith Richards lap if you could, just to punctuate that. He wants to save him up for the playoffs, Western Conference Finals. Yeah, stuff like that. Game 7. You get double T. Thank you, Keith. Never when it comes to Keith Richards. And by the way, another glorious. It's been a big week for a couple of weeks for the Rolling Stones. I had Keith Richards on the SNL 50th anniversary. Has anybody seen my scarf? You know what I mean? And then the other night, I got Taggart dancing out there during the Academy Awards. It was really cool. But anyway, Tony, happy birthday.
You mentioned. Hold on, and you mentioned the Rolling Stones. You mentioned happy birthday, Draymond. You mentioned the Stones. You mentioned Keith. And we are wearing robes on Roby Tuesday. Paulie, the particles are flying today because on this date, March 4th, 1967.
Go ahead.
Roby, aka Ruby Tuesday, went to number 1 on the Billboard Top 100.
On this date?
There you go. On this date. On this date. Okay. And little did the Stones know that it would become Roby Tuesday on Polymax Particles. So there you go, dude. On this date.
Only because, Tony, you know that I am like a partial kind of Rain Man figure when it comes to like the shows I've seen and having stats. For whatever the reason is, I have like a photographic memory of pretty much all the shows I've ever seen. And there's like thousands of them. But I can tell you this, when I saw my first Stones show, it was 1989 at Foxborough. And it was the first time the Stones had toured in like 10 years. It was the Steel Wheels tour. By the way, Living Color opened, and they were amazing. That band, Living Color, they smoked. Yeah. But anyway,
what's his name? Corey Glover?
Corey Glover, my main man, Vernon Reid on guitar, too. Vernon Reid is a freaking savage on axe. But anyway,
Vernon Reid's contributions in the Sly Stone documentary are incredible, too.
Yeah,
Vernon Reed, man. Anyways, go ahead.
No, he's
Sorry,
a badass. He's a total badass. But in any case, I saw them play Ruby Tuesday at that show, my first one. Then I didn't see him play it for like 30 years or whatever. Like, it's been a very long time. But then I saw him play it at Levi Stadium a couple of tours back. So I've only seen it twice. I've only seen 2 Ruby Tuesdays. Beautiful song. Really beautiful song.
What a tune.
And dude, talk about particles, bro. We got Ruby Tuesday on the day that Ruby Tuesday went #1. That's pretty damn amazing. I got to say.
Isn't that cool? And Dom, I see you out there, dude. Yes, there's a couple things we missed yesterday, Paulie, that I want to get to. Also, Master of Puppets was released yesterday in 1986. We got to tip our caps to Master of Puppets, released in 1986 on this day yesterday. And also yesterday, Paulie, while we were talking to Patty, while we were talking John Bon, while we were talking Steel Horse I Ride, it was John Bon Jovi's birthday yesterday.
Oh shit!
We didn't know it.
Oh snap!
And we didn't know it. Yeah, okay. You can know shit all you want, bud. But anyway, so happy birthday to John Bon.
Happy birthday, John Bon. Yeah. I've seen
and Ron Wotus. Ron Wotus' birthday yesterday too. I saw you give him some love yesterday.
I did.
We love Wotus. We love Ron.
Dude, I told them the best tribute I could offer up, which was, Ron, today's the day I'll play plenty of Blue Oyster Cult for you, because I know for a fact Professor Wotus is a big BOC fan. How about that, dude? That's how Wotus rolls when no one's looking. He's popping Godzilla on, you know what I mean? The red and black. There's a lot of good BOC stuff. Happy birthday, Woe. Happy birthday, John.
BOC. And it takes you back to the great SNL skit. Oh, by the way, that's a little tease for bookmarks later. We have a little SNL to get into later on the bookmarks. And Robot Centaur, dude, he's giving you props, Paulie, or giving us props. Master of Puppets, Mostert of Puppets is his favorite parody song that we made. So Mostert, Mostert,
They blocked for Raheem. By the way, Raheem's a free agent. I'm just talking. I don't know. I've always liked Raheem Mostert. Dude. I like his whole running style. Yeah, T, go.
You know who also is free all of a sudden? Maybe we can talk to because maybe this guy's gonna run right by Rags' house. In where does Rags live? What's the name of the
he lives in Florham Park, New Jersey, which is the town where the Jets have their headquarters. He's right there in Jets land. Yeah.
Maybe Rags will see Davante Adams like run by his house because Davante Adams just got released by the Jets. So.
Hey, Tony, this is probably a good time to segue into the Donte Whitner portion of the program. Patty checking in as a super again. Patty, you really are super. Thank you. JBJ.
Oh my God, dude, it was Sunday. It's a JBJ. John Bond's birthday was Sunday, not yesterday. Man, I stand corrected.
I've never seen that just in front of me on paper. JBJ, dude. JBJ's birthday was Sunday. Fine. From one Jersey boy to another. Happy birthday, John.
And thank you for the super, Patty. Thank you as always. You're too kind.
Watch me blow Patty's doors off. Here's some Bon Jovi family tree history trivia that I bet you don't know. John Bon Jovi's uncle Tony was Tony Bon Jovi, different spelling, same guy, same name, same family.
Sure.
John JBJ changed the spelling for showbiz purposes, but Tony Bon Jovi was a producer in the 80s, and he produced an Aerosmith record called Rockin' a Hard Place. Came out.
Wow.
It was like their low point, dude. Joe Perry.
Damn.
Good record, though. It's a good album. But anyway, Tony Bon Jovi produced that album. And legend has it, I've heard John Bon Jovi tell the story. He said he was a big Aerosmith fan growing up. And so his uncle led him into the studio, and he got to watch Steven Tyler lay his vocals down, like in the a recording booth and stuff like that. Pretty cool story, actually, hearing John Bon Jovi tell that. He was like a 12, 13-year-old kid. He's watching his hero, Steven Tyler, do vocals, and his dad produced the record. Anyway, Patty, that's my Bon Jovi factoid of the day, and that's just for you, Patty. Thanks for being a super. You are special. Tony.
That's phenomenal. Yes.
Yeah, true story. Yes. I got a million of them. Hey, let me ask you this, T. I do. I go all day. I try not to because I don't want to like overload with music stuff, but I could go all day.
I got something for you, Paulie. Before can I give this to you real quick? Because you always ask for these, and I want to get when you ask, I want to provide. So stand by. You've always asked when listeners send us things, especially pictures. On Roby Tuesday. I have a new Roby Tuesday picture to share with you.
Oh, good.
From our listener, from Mark Graves. This is good stuff, dude. Look what he did to the robe. Can you see what he did to the robe?
Yeah, the hashtag PMP, bro. Look at my guy.
Look at Mark.
That's
Look at
Marky
Mark.
Graves? Oh, dude.
Yeah,
And
that's
he's
Mark.
got
That's Mark.
you see the Tim Lincecum shirt under the robe. I see that silhouette.
Yep.
It is wind up. Mark, great to see your face, brother. I hope to see you on 327 at Longbridge for our opening day party. You know, we got to bring Los down there too. See if we can get Los to join us. We can get Los to meet the Longbridge guys. That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. It's Robert G. And we encourage everybody to send in their photos. You want to contribute? We had our founding father up in Humboldt. He was the first guy to send his robe picture in. Leah Phillips approves. Look at that. See, you're turning on the ladies now, Mark. Leah Phillips. Nice. Dude, you're winning over the younger demo. That's awesome. Okay, so
all right, and Paulie, I apologize because you wanted to see the mayor of Roby Tuesday. You wanted to see it, so I got to do it.
If you don't mind, I want to get my guy. Yeah, dude.
There he is.
I mean, look at the face, bro. The hood. See, that's why I have robe envy. First of all, that thing looks.
Look at that. He's got the fists clenched, ready to go.
Shout out to the cactus. Yeah. Shout out to the cactus over on the right too, just poking straight up. Hey, no, you see the cactus?
That's a great call. That's a great
you got to have that cactus. Here's the thing. He's got a hood on his robe. I don't. Does yours have a hood, T?
I don't have a hood either. That's a great call. I need to get a robe with a hood.
That's next level. That's next level shit right there. Yeah, chucking a
so thank you, David. Thank you for the picture. Mark, thank you for the picture. And Leah sent us a picture of a T-shirt that she's wearing in honor of Donte Whitner, and that leads us to the Donte Whitner portion. Paulie, go.
Let's see the picture of Leah. I want to see Leah. I haven't seen Leah.
I'll pull it up. Well, I was gonna wait until we actually get Donte because I wanted to have you go into.
Well, see, there's the thing now. There's the rub. You might have to wait for a little while, and you got to understand this about Donte Whitner. Kids, we're letting you backstage behind the curtain. Here is Rags checking in. Our founding father on Roby Tuesday looks like a Nate Newton doppelganger. Very nice.
Totally.
Very nice.
That's a great call. Hey, I wonder if he smokes as much grass as Nate Newton does.
And Rags, I have a quick question, just a private moment between me and my friend Christian. Rags, you put a joke up on the text line a few minutes ago when I was talking about the Stones, and I remember this, and you said, I got two for the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones. There was a bit about like scalpers back in the old days would like try to draw their attention any way they could outside of gigs, Tony. So there would be a scalper out there going, I got two for the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones. I got two.
Nice.
I got two for the Who. So anyway, Rags.
Sounds like a jingle.
It's total jingle. Rags, quick question to you, private moment for us. What is the origin of that joke? I've been trying to trace that down for years. I want to know where that came from, that whole riff. I remember the riff, but I don't remember where it came from. Okay, back to the business at hand. Tony, I'm going to give you the floor, bro. I want you to explain. And there's no BS going on here. Here's the real deal. Tony confirmed with Donte Whitner last night. Donte is like, yes, I'm in. I'm on the show at 11:30. Send me the link. I can't wait. Let's fast forward to this morning. And Tony, I'll let you take it from there.
Well, first of all, you presented him as the best dressed person in Bay Area sports.
I stand by it. Look at him.
I
love this guy.
I mean, is he amazing? Look
at
Donte.
It's a badass suit, too. I'm a pinstripe fan.
Good. And just the guns underneath the jacket sleeves. He's in the turtleneck, man. Come on, Donte. God, we love Donte. So, yes, Donte and I are back and forth on text messages. And I said I got one. Dante's great. I sent him a text and he goes, hey, Tuesday's great. And that's all it says. And I said, okay. And then I didn't hear from him for a while. So then I texted Rod, our buddy, dear friend Rod Brooks, because Rod worked close with Donte. I said, hey, Rod. What's the trick to getting more reaction from Donte on text? Rod sends a big LOL back, man. We're still working on that. So then Donte responded saying 11:30 a.m. works great today. And then I have to read this next text because hold on a second. Let me get rid of this.
Is it Donte Whitner text to you?
Yeah, this is right. This is the text this is the text I sent to Donte. I said, by the way, Donte, one other thing, on Tuesdays, Paulie and I have some fun and wear robes on the show. Feel free to dive into your impressive wardrobe and put on a robe when you join us.
You know what? I bet you he's got a closet full of freaking robes. He's probably got different colors, different fabrics, all lined up, all hanging. Can you imagine just Donte Whitner's walk-in closet? It's probably like the size of my entire living room. You know what I mean? Like,
he's not afraid to go like sockless with slip-on like loafers and shoes, but his loafers they're like designer special shoes that I don't
listen,
even know. Like, I think he gets them, from Morocco. Remember he said he traveled to Morocco?
Yes, of course, bro. Of course I remember that. I'm
Mhm.
not kidding when I say this. I've been telling people this for years, and everybody was like, no way, Paulie Mac. That didn't I'm telling you this happened. I swear to God. If anybody can help me dig up a picture to fortify this as truth, I would appreciate it. Tony, I freaking remember watching the pregame show with Donte and Brooksy a few years ago. This is maybe like 2021 season, 2022. I tuned in one day, dude. Donte Whitner, he had one of those freaking fishing vests on, dude. Like
Nice.
with the lures and stuff, like stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he had a hat. He looked like Henry Fonda in On Golden Pond. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Like, hat, the lures.
Heck yeah.
And I go, this guy is freaking, he's off his ass. He's wearing fishing gear like on a football show. Anyway, I love Donte's fashion sense. So Tony, keep going with Donte. Where do we stand? The people.
So then we were all booked for 11:30, and I think he was like probably going to bust out a robe. Like Dante's the type of guy that if given the leeway, he will make it happen. But then he said that he literally texted at 10:44
right before the show. Right before the show.
Yeah. Hey, any way we can move our time. My kid his flight was supposed to land at 1:14 Eastern time, but now it's delayed, and I have to be the person to get her. So he has to go pick up his daughter at the airport, and her flight's delayed. So I'm like, hey, dude.
No problem.
We'll take you whenever we can. We can tape it. We can do it live. We can do it whatever.
Did you tell him that? Just to let the audience know. Honestly, Tony and I haven't even talked about this yet. Did you he offer to tape and everything?
I said no sweat. We can tape anytime later today or tomorrow afternoon. So we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We will get Donte on this week. We just don't know exactly what time. So
okay, you know what I mean?
For those looking forward to having him on in a few minutes, it's not going to happen because he's at the airport picking up his daughter. But maybe this will give him more time to prepare. And grab like a few different robes. Maybe he's got multiple robes. You know
what I could see happening if let's just hypothetically, let's just say Donte goes, guys, cool, I can come on Friday. Would Donte, do you think he still shows up wearing a robe, even if it's Friday?
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah. You might need to tell him we don't do that every day. That's like only on Tuesday.
I did say on Tuesdays, but we'll see. We'll see. If he's going to show up in a robe, I'm not going to tell him to say that. I'm just going to say respect. Thank you.
Who was the guy he laid out in that Saints game? That running back, that little dude.
The running back.
He set to change the momentum of the entire game down by the goal line, Candlestick Park.
Pierre Thomas.
Thank you. I knew it was a Pierre. Pierre Thomas. Just put him on his ass, and that's why they call him the Hitman.
Yeah.
Donte could throw that. He could throw that body around, man. He
knocked his ass out. It's crazy.
It really did change the momentum of that game, and that was the game where Sean Payton had. Well, it wasn't Sean Payton; it was one of his assistants. But they had that whole bounty gate thing. They were trying to knock Frank Gore out of the game, trying to hurt him, and that news got leaked, and there was a lot of bad blood there. And I would say, Tony, for my money, that might have been the last truly great classic football game played at Candlestick. I know the last night against the Falcons, final game, that was special too. But that Alex Smith game, dude, when he ran the bootleg and then he found Vernon Davis on that play. I mean, that was just
the Vernon Post, dude. The Vernon Post.
I think it
goes down, I think, as Ted Robinson's greatest call in 49er broadcasting history.
Actually,
Alex Smith with the play of his life.
Great rendering. That was good. And you remind me, that's another guy we should get on. We should get Ted Robinson on the show. I haven't talked to Ted in a while. But he's a great
Ted was
dude.
Cool. He reached out when I got canned. Ted was super cool, man. I would love to talk to Ted. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we will. And as I've said in the past, Ted will surprise you, dude, with his rock and roll stuff. Like
no question.
A lot of it. First of all, he's a big Springsteen fan. He loves U2, but he also hangs with John McEnroe, and John McEnroe is like friend to all the rock stars. So anyway, Ted is a great guy with great info. So Tony, anyway, no Donte Whitner today, no problem. The show must go on. And we also, speaking of guests, will be delivering on a platter on Thursday. Man. The great Kate Scott joins us, which I look forward to. Now, Tony,
you made me think of The Show Must Go On.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Boom. Sorry. Now you got me going on The Wall yesterday or on Friday when we talked to Pink Floyd. You got me. I listened to The Wall over the weekend, and I was like, God damn, this album is so good.
Yeah, The Wall's awesome. I like The Wall too.
Shut up, brilliant, dude.
Shut up, Bob Ezrin, producer Bob Ezrin, great guy. Dude. Hey, Tony,
you. Sorry.
Keep it coming.
Out there in the cold, getting lonely, getting old. Can you feel me? Sorry.
down, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Hey, you. Standing in
there.
the aisles with itchy feet and fading smiles. Sorry.
Bow,
All
bow,
right.
bow, bow, bow. I love it. I love when Tony
Yeah.
gets wound up like this. Although I got to say, your track was rather peculiar. That track, Dogs, I put it on the playlist on the Polymac. It's the PMP playlist 25.
Yes.
It's on Spotify for everybody to enjoy. We put all our music assignment songs on there on Fridays. Very strange choice, dude. There's like no rhythm. It's like all spacey and floaty. I'm not intimate with the Animals album. I'm not intimate. I'm not.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's the
Okay.
problem.
All right.
You need to go play that album.
Great
start
response.
To finish.
Great
Seriously.
response.
Yeah.
But see, there's the problem. There's your fucking problem right there. There's your first and most primary problem. By the way, I remember talking to our great friend Steven Seaweed, who I cannot say.
Oh, another guy we should have on, dude.
Write it down. Write it down. Because I
Yeah.
got brain damage. I'll forget. Steven Seaweed, first of all, the guy single-handedly taught me how to do FM rock radio, which I will never forget. I appreciate that so much. When I got hired at the Bone, he trained me. He was like, here's how you do it.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. Here's what you're going to do. He was awesome. Anyway, Steven Seaweed told me, Tony, he saw Pink Floyd on the Animals tour. Just for your head. Just for your head.
Wait,
You know
that's insane.
If
That's
you could
insane.
go back, Tony, being the Floyd fan that you are, if you could go back and see one tour that they executed, which one would it be?
Oh, boy.
The Wall's pretty good.
Gosh.
Wall, you're getting a big show now with the Wall and all that.
I will say, though, thank God that Roger Waters did the Wall tour. What was that, like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whatever the hell it was?
A couple of times. That was incredible. Yeah.
I saw that 3 times, and it was every time. I was like, I even know what's coming, and I still couldn't wait for it.
Tear down the blanking wall, Tony. Go ahead. If you could pick one tour, give it to me already. For God's sake.
Animals or Wish You Were Here. Animals or Wish You Were Here.
I'll counter that with I'll take a Dark Side of the Moon tour. I'll take a ticket to that. Couldn't have been too bad, right? A couple of good songs on that album.
Although nowadays these guys can't get along, I'll take them touring anytime. Like give me anything. Just give me a one-off show. You know,
here's another subtopic, maybe for another show, or maybe we just roll it out today. Greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Jeff Faust, your bass man from the Freestone Peaches. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, what's up, Jeff Faust? Yeah.
Dogs is my favorite Pink Floyd song, says Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Paulie, do you need any more?
No. First of all, I love Jeff Faust. Jeff Faust is my guy. But all I need is you telling me. I don't even need further influence.
Okay, good.
If you tell me it's good, it's good. Jeff Faust, Animals is way underappreciated. Gilmore's solo in Dogs is one of the tastiest solos ever. Okay.
I said that on Friday. I said it's some of Gilmore's best work. Because, Jeff, just so you know, on Friday, we picked our favorite Pink Floyd records and songs in honor of Live at Pompeii being remastered and re-released. And I picked Animals, and then I picked the song Dogs on Animals because of Gilmore's work. So, Jeff, it's a shocker that 2 bass heads would come, have the same feeling. So thank you for checking in, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't get enough Jeff Faust. Look at Jeff Winkler jumping in with Jeff Faust. This is beautiful. All my friends are mingling. I love this. I love watching.
And also, go see the Freestone Peaches when you can. Jeff, comment. Let us know when your next gig is. Get Paulie back on stage singing Blue Sky, or what's some of the other stuff you've sung with them, Paulie?
You name it. I've done a lot with these guys, man. I've done a lot. And I would say this too, Jeff. Now I'm talking to Jeff Faust directly during the show. But hey, Jeff, will you just tell me when you need it, and we'll get you on the show, man. We'll have a nice long chat. We'll talk about the Peaches. These guys. If you haven't seen the Freestone Peaches, first of all, what's your problem? That's number one.
Hey,
2,
bud.
I want to. Hey, bud, what's your problem? I wouldn't accept any excuses either. Next Freestone Peaches gig, I want to see all of y'all out there.
Yes, that's
and
a good
Tony,
call.
We haven't said a word, literally, outside of the Draymond Green happy birthday, we haven't said a freaking word about the Warriors machine just continuing to roll. This road trip goes on now. They get the nice win last night in Charlotte, 119-101. Just a couple of, want to cross my T's and dot a couple of I's here. Steph Curry, 21 points, 10 boards. Nice night for Steph in his hometown. Pajemski, 19 points and 10 rebounds. Tony, you commented to me before we went live today about how happy you were to see Buddy Hield have a big night coming up.
Buddy Ball, dude. Buddy Ball.
I like Buddy Ball. I know a lot of people aren't crazy about Buddy Hield because he can be a little inconsistent, but I like the guy. Really, really likable dude. And once he gets going, dude, I guarantee I'm going to make a call right now. I'm going to make a prediction right now. Once the playoffs come, there will be at least one night where Buddy Hield gets hot and really helps the Dubs. It might happen a bunch of times, but he's like the unaccounted for piece, I feel like, in this Warrior bench. And the bench is deep again, dude. The bench is deep.
Okay, so you're teasing Tony's top 3, which we're going to get into for Rags.
I didn't say anything about top 3. I'm just talking, Tony. I'm just talking.
No, I know, and I love it. I love it because the particles are thick today. The particles are really thick today.
It starts with Ruby Tuesday. That's where it starts.
It starts with Ruby Tuesday.
That's incredible.
But dude, when you can get 22 off your bench and a guy going 5 for 9 from 3-point land off your bench, that's outrageous.
Yeah.
Right. So, and like we talked about, the Dubs bench, man, because you got Post had 16 the other night. Then you had Hield with 22 yesterday. You have Gary Payton doing well off the bench. You have Moody off the bench. You have Pajemski, if he doesn't start, coming off the bench. Like the bench is strong. And with Jimmy Buckets back in the mix, I hope the back spasms were just a one-time thing, dude. I hope that's not like a recurring thing, by the way. So, hey, like Jimmy, go do whatever you need to do. Get yourself a foam roller, dude. If you don't have one already, I'm sure you've got a foam.
Yeah. Get yourself
and by the way,
a foam roller, dude. They got the greatest trainers in the world. You don't think they got a effing foam roller over there? Hey, Jimmy, go ahead and grab yourself. Go ahead and grab yourself a yoga mat, Jimmy. Roll that out. You're going to want to try this crouching dog thing. I'll show you.
Some people are afraid of the foam roller, though, dude, because it can be a painful experience when you're breaking up all that scar tissue and muscle tissue, you know?
Well, it is. You don't get the pleasure without the pain first. Now, Tony, check this out. Dude, you remember
nice.
I blew my back out. I had that herniated disc. I had to have a surgery. This is like 25 years ago. Thank God I survived that whole ordeal. But I will tell you this. Not only do I have a foam roller, bro, I got one of I don't even know what you call this thing, but it's the best. I got one of those. It's like a drumstick with like a rubber ball on the end, and you kind of mount it. Yeah. You like you press it and you massage yourself with it and stuff. That's painful as hell, that thing.
Yes,
but
it is.
As I say, through the pain will come the release and the pleasure of the.
You know what ball works? Ball works the best on your back, Paulie, is a lacrosse ball. If you put the lacrosse ball on a wall and roll up and down the wall, or side.
Yeah.
It'll get all the nooks and crannies of your back.
This is the portion of the show where Creative Tony and I dissect a variety of balls on the show. That's right, you heard me, balls. Tony, the lacrosse ball is a heavy object too. That ain't no tennis ball now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. But if you're looking for a ball that can get into those little, like I said, nooks and crannies, shout out Thomas's English Muffins. Then the lacrosse ball can do it for you.
There was, speaking of balls, how did you feel about seeing your guy out there? What was the kid? Which ball brother was out there last night? LaMelo? That was LaMelo, I guess, right? Running around.
I don't pay attention to the balls. I just don't. I'm kidding, but like,
you don't have to. No, you don't have to.
Well, and my son and all of his buddies, they love the LaMelo shoes, and you should see these shoes, dude. They're incredible. The LaMelo basketball shoe.
I gotta be totally honest. I plead ignorance. I didn't know there was a LaMelo shoe. I didn't know about this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry, Paulie. They're just called Mellows. Oh, you don't have your Mellows? You don't have your Mellow? You don't have your Mellows? Dad, have you seen my Mellows? Like, where are my Mellows, Dad?
I'll tell you another thing
about, dude.
Robot Centaur was talking about saving money, and we talked about Carlos and flex funding earlier, and we'll do it again on the way out. But
yes,
he was saying, hey, how do I save money for college and stuff like that? And I got a funny story. When my son James was a little kid, he was a monster warrior. You know how it is when you're a little kid. These guys are gods to you. And when Steph Curry, Tony, I don't know if you remember this, but when Steph Curry released his first shoe, James, and my kid never asked for anything. He really didn't. He's still like that. I'll be like, James, what do you need anything? You need shirts and jacket? No, man, I don't need anything, Dad. So he won't accept anything. But this one year, he was like, I really want the Steph Curry shoe. I really, really, really want it. And I was like, shit, that's going to be tough. Dude, I combed the Bay Area freaking 5 counties deep. And you know where I finally found it? I finally found the Steph Curry shoe, the first one for my kid for his birthday, down by you, Tony. What's it called? The Hillsdale Mall?
Hillsdale Mall, yeah.
That's where I scored. Because I called them. I'm like, by the way, do you have a freaking Steph Curry shoe, like in a size 8.5 or whatever? They're like, yeah, we got one pair. I go, listen, lock that shit up. I'm on my way right now. I'm on my way. And I literally got in my car, and that's not close to my house, like an hour away. So I drove down to Hillsdale, got the goddamn shoe, brought it up to James. It was an ordeal, but I felt like, he asked and I wanted to deliver for his birthday. Show me those Mellows.
That's fantastic. Well done, Paulie. And here's the Mellows for you, buddy. Those are the mellows. Can you see those?
Dude, I wouldn't wear those. I wouldn't
Look
wear
at that
those.
thing. Look at that.
It looks like somebody puked on his shoe. That's what that looks like.
Thing, dude.
It really does. It looks like somebody.
Look at the bottom. They show the bottom. Yeah. The bottom, that's the RE, and the other shoe has RA for rare. Rare.
A rare douche. Check this out.
Yeah. The kids love them, man. They're drippy. The kids say they're drippy.
Well, it's all about the drip, Tony. You know about. How's your drip today? Your drip doing all right?
Drip is a robe. I'm in a plaid robe with zero drip.
It's all about the drip. Hey, Tony, I don't like the shoe. I find it offensive, and it actually made me a little bit sick looking at that shoe. It started to offend.
LaMelos, though. You asked about LaMelo Ball, so I had to show you the shoes that were going off. But dude, Paulie, by the way, if you listened to the show yesterday, you might have made some dough if you would have listened to us, because I said I was talking to Sons of Johnny the Master, who has been betting on the Dons and been betting on the Dubs, and I said the Dubs were 11.5-point favorites yesterday, and they won by 18. So hopefully somebody listened to us and put some money on the Dubs, because I got a feeling that the Dubs were going to cover, and they did. So maybe somebody got some dough off that.
Hey, Creative Tony, I really love the vibe today. By the way, there's a really kind of free-flowing vibe I'm enjoying quite a bit. Were you just doing James Brown right there when you said I feel the feeling? I got my feeling, baby. Do you have any James Brown in your record collection? If not, I'll be down shortly and I'll drop a couple off. You need some. Do you have James Brown?
What's funny? Not in my record collection. All over my Apple Music, but not in my record collection, man. That's funny you should say that, Paulie, because I was just thinking about certain records I need to get, and James Brown is included in that request. I also, dude, I've been listening to a lot of jazz in the mornings lately.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I had Coltrane on today. Shout out Giant Steps, man. Great freaking out. Especially in the morning when I'm waking up, I get my coffee going, little Giant Steps. Good for my head. Yeah.
I put on McCoy Tyner, who's the pianist that used to play with Coltrane. And then I also put on some Miles Davis with Sonny freaking Rollins on sax, dude. God bless America, man.
All right.
And I love telling the kids, I do this with my kids. I'm like, guys, hear what's playing here? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, now, you know, I'm gonna. What do you think they look like? And they'll try to they'll describe who they think this person looks like, and I show them the picture. And like, whoa,
that's interesting.
Yeah, like I showed the picture of Miles Davis this morning.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
I showed them the picture of Miles Davis this morning. They're like, whoa, he's got like long hair, and like, I mean, yeah. Cool.
Oh, and he had like his Jerry curl and stuff. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you one quick anecdote about Sonny Rollins, if I may, and then I want to go into your top three, because you said it was kind of connected to the Warriors. So I want to.
Yeah, and can I just give love to NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC real quick? He's bringing up Charlie Hunter, or somebody else brought Charlie Hunter. Come on, I love Charlie Hunter. The dude, it invented his own guitar.
Yeah,
you know, the Novak. He invented the Novak. It has 3 bass strings and 5 regular guitar strings, and he plays bass and lead guitar at the same time. If you ever get a chance to see Charlie Hunter play live, go do it. Doesn't matter if you've never heard his music before. Doesn't matter. Just go watch him. He's freaking amazing. And he always has good players around him too.
Thanks, Steve. Shout out Charlie Hunter. Shout out Robert Hunter. Great hunters of the Bay Area. There you go. Hey, so Sonny Rollins, this is just good for your head. I think you'll appreciate this, T. The great Rolling Stones track, Waiting on a Friend. I love that song. Beautiful song about friendship. And there is a kick-ass saxophone solo in that track that's played by Sonny Rollins. Here's the best part. Sonny Rollins goes in the studio and I've read like a million books. That's how I know this stuff, dude. This is what I like. These are my interests. So I was reading this book about the Stones. Sonny Rollins comes in to record his sax part on Waiting on a Friend. And he goes like this. He goes, play me the track. I want to hear the track. But he goes, I'm going to play my solo to Mick Jagger dancing. So he made Mick dance in the studio, and that solo is his interpretation of watching Jagger dance.
Dude.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Yeah. Listen to that song again. Listen to that track again with that in mind. And you can only imagine, like, God only knows what Jagger was doing in the studio, but it inspired Sonny Rollins. And there you have it. Yeah.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, it's a good one. So
that's a great anecdote. I think it's time for Tony's top 3, Paulie.
Thank you. I'm ready.
Are you sure? It's time?
I'm positive. I guarantee it. I'm ready.
Tony's top 3. Tony's top 3.
Damn right. I got one.
Tony's top 3.
Okay, pal. Oh, and we're duck feeding. I feel like we haven't fed the ducks in a while. It's great to hear the grooves back again. Hope all of y'all are enjoying it. Leah Phillips putting a good. Leah, funny. You're a funny girl. I like that. 1, 2, 3, the best. Okay, Tony, what is up your sleeve today? Your plaid sleeve. What do you got for me, T?
I also want to tell Leah, thank you for the email with your Donte Whitner shirt. I'm going to hold it, Leah, until Donte comes on, and we will present it to Donte. Okay, so that's what we'll do.
Tony, when you say shirt, do you mean like a jersey? She got like a Donte jersey?
No, it's like a T-shirt. It's like a T-shirt that's dedicated to Donte Whitner. So it's not a Donte Whitner 31 Niners jersey. It's a T-shirt. So
I have
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, T. I was gonna say I think that Leah is maybe I'm picking up vibes. I think she might be mildly attracted to Donte Whitner. I'm just guessing on this. And Donte Whitner, bro, every now and again when he goes shirtless, do you remember last year Donte Whitner posted a picture of himself and he was basically oiled up. Do you remember that? He's basically oiled up from the waist up. He was like, and dude, he's ripped. Donte Whitner's freaking ripped.
But you know what's so funny, dude, is he doesn't wear clothing to like show that off. He doesn't wear like tank tops and like, you know what I mean? Like he's always so well dressed that yes, you know he's in great shape, but he's not trying to like actually show off his muscular tone.
Well, you know what Billy Gibbons said? Every girl crazy about a sharp dressed man. All right, Tony, sorry about that. Your top
How
three
about
awaits.
find some shades or cheap sunglasses, man. Come on.
I don't worry, cause my wallet's there. Found new shirt, clean shoes. Okay, T, take it.
Dude, if you can, the outro jam for cheap sunglasses, I want to know how long that went on in the studio. Because they faded out. They faded out. On the album.
I hate that. I've always felt the same way about Last Child from Aerosmith. That thing is just eating up, dude. It's just heating up, and then they faded out. I'm like, damn it. Yeah.
Well, is it Girl Gone Bad or Drop Dead Legs on 1984?
Drop Dead Legs.
Thing?
The Funk
Drop
Jam.
Dead Legs, The Funk Jam at the end of Drop Dead Legs. I'm like, oh, how much longer did that go on? I feel the same way about cheap sunglasses. Give me the demo tapes now.
Tony and I go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, T.
No, come on.
I was going to say you and I. This is the kind of friendship Tony and I have had over the years, like stuff like this, where it's just coincidental, but he feels the same way I do. That's why we're like a hand in a glove. You and I bonded on that Funk Jam in Drop Dead Legs, going out of the song. And you're the only guy I've ever met that like was like totally down with that. Like me, that's one of my favorite moments in Van Halen history. That jam,
no question.
I mean, it's just heavy and it's funky, and I'm with you. I could take that for 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes of that shit. I wish there was more,
dude.
Yeah.
For me, it begins and ends with like the bottom of the music. I'm a rhythm section head.
Yeah.
And so when you get Michael Anthony and Alex Van Halen just locking in, it's just that's why I love reggae music so much. It's because of the drum and bass and reggae music.
Reggae music. Okay, T, let's go.
Top three, number one.
Yeah.
Okay. We talked about Debo being gone yesterday. We talked about, are the Niners going to trade Ayuk?
Yeah.
We also found out that Devontae Adams has been released by the Jets. So my question number one for you is, do you want to see another veteran wide receiver come to the Niners, or are you happy with the core as is, assuming that Ayuk stays put?
That's a great question. That's a really good question, because when you're saying that a veteran receiver coming to the Niners, we have seen this before. Remember Isaac Bruce came for like a couple of seasons. Randy Moss came. He contributed he actually went to a Super Bowl with the 49ers. How about that for a trivia question? Randy Moss went to a Super Bowl as a 49er. True story. The first of their 3 Super Bowl losses, and I hate them. I hate all 3 with a passion. Hate them all. I hate that we go to Super Bowls and lose them now.
I know. By the way, 415 West says Keenan Allen, come on down. Keenan Allen, dude. I mean, come on. He's a Cal Bear too.
Keenan Allen.
Chris Robertson says veteran, please.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I would just say it has to be the right veteran. It has to be a guy who's got some gas left in the tank, because I felt like when Isaac Bruce came, just as an example, he was a guy who was kind of at the very, very tail end of his thing. He made some catches. I think he set a couple of receiving marks when he was here as a Niner.
Yep.
But yeah, it's got to be the right guy, T. It's an interesting. How do you feel about that?
I would like to see, like, if they can get Devontae Adams to come to the Niners. Okay, twist my arm, or Keenan Allen too. I like Keenan Allen too. He has a tough time staying healthy. Keenan Allen does, but I don't know, maybe in a limited role. Also, dude, our Vibe Tribe, the PMP Army, is so hip to what's going on, and it's tripping me out because multiple times today on the comment line, I have seen our viewers bring up things that I've literally wrote out in note form before the show. One of them was about Master of Puppets. One of them was about Ron Wotus. One of them was about Jason Newsted, who we haven't even talked about, but it's Jason Newsted's 62nd birthday. These are all notes I have.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Jason Newsted. Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, happy birthday,
Absolutely.
dude. Yeah. Damn right he can play.
Yeah.
But also, Robot Centaur said that the Niners are interested in Tariq Owens. And Paulie, remember we talked about that before the show? Terrell Owens' son, Tariq Owens, was on the practice squad last year. And that he's a guy that they have their eyes on too, that he might be added to the roster and play a role next season. How do you feel about that?
Well, before I answer that question, I got to tell a funny, strange but true tale of Creative Tony and Paulie Mack at 49er headquarters circa 1998, I would say. Tony and I decide one day after the show when we're doing mornings together, we go, you know what, Tony, you know what we're going to do today? Get in my car. We're driving to Santa Clara for the Steve Mariucci press conference, right? So we get in the car, we drive down there. Mooch is talking to the media. He's doing his thing. At that time, Tony and I are sitting at this table. They're like cafeteria table kind of things. You know what I mean? We're sitting there. There's all these media guys there. And Tony and I are rookies. We're just getting, nobody knows who we are. Literally, nobody knows. They're like, who let these assholes in here? There's Tony and I sitting there. I got, probably wearing my like Rush t-shirt or whatever. And Tony and I have a copy of the Chronicle, and we're looking at the sports page, and we put it down on the table in front of us. And we're sitting there waiting for Mariucci to start talking. Ready for this? True story. Terrell Owens walks over to us, looks at the newspaper, grabs it right off the table in front of us, walks away. I was like, help yourself, T.O. That one's for you, I guess. Yeah. Do you remember when he stole our newspaper?
Yes. He didn't even say hello. He didn't. Nothing. He just literally walked over.
Yeah.
And the newspaper was sitting right in front of us on a desk.
No, it was our paper. It was our paper.
And he just walked over, grabs it, and walks away.
I wasn't about to say a damn thing. I wasn't about to say a damn thing either. No. He's quite intimidating, dude. Wow. You should see his physique up close, man. He is a brick S house, dude. He
was basically saying, I dare you to say one word to me while I come and take this newspaper. It was really wild.
To tell you the truth, too, I was a big Terrell Owens fan. I mean, he played with so much heart. Yeah. He was so strong, so athletic. Yep. I mean, his antics, I felt like kind of overshadowed the player that he was at times, unfortunately, because I think people remember that. The Sharpie, the freaking star in Dallas, all that stuff. But the guy could ball his ass off. I'll tell you right now, one of the greatest receivers to ever wear the 49er uniform. Period. End of story. In fact, Tony, dare I say, is he number 2 after Jerry Rice all time?
Oh,
just in terms of great Niner, he might be.
I don't know. I might have to put Ronaldo Nehemiah there instead.
Can you get your? I just want to take a cheap shot on his way out the door. Can you get the Keith Richards laugh ready, Tony?
You missed that. You missed my jab.
I did. I was too busy in my own head. What did you say? Sorry.
I said maybe Ronaldo Nehemiah might be ahead of Terrell Owens, but it's okay.
No, the number 83 has never been the same. Hurtling into the NFL. Shout out Skeets, bro. Hey, listen, Skeets. Shout out Skeets. Skeets made a couple plays. He made a few plays here and there. Don't sleep on Skeets. He got in the end zone.
Yeah. But you want me to play the Keith laugh. Give me something for the Keith laugh.
Yeah, I was going to say then, so we're ranking, I don't know how this happened, but this is what it's come to. We're ranking the greatest 49er receivers all time. I was speculating Jerry Rice, obviously, number 1. Tony's going to go Nehemiah, number 2. I think I'll put T.O. at number 2, but we're going Nehemiah. And then Tony, obviously, number 3, greatest receiver all time, Niner uniforms, got to be Deebo Samuel, right? Nice timing. I'm bitter. I'm bitter. I'm wearing it on my sleeve, on my bathrobe sleeve. I am bitter about this Deebo thing. And
did you see, Paulie? Did you see that he did tweet out, "It's all love with me and the Niners"?
Oh, it's all
there's
love.
No bad blood.
Okay.
So okay. And George Kittle tweeted saying, "Go be great." So it's like,
Why is he ripping off Joe Buck's lines for me? That was Joe Buck's line to me down at Half Moon Bay. Hey, go be great today. Don't be stealing Joe Buck's lines from Paulie Mack now. Come on, Kittle, you're better than that. Yeah,
that's a great call.
Yeah.
But I would like to see some veteran. I don't know if Ayuk is the veteran leader on a wide receiver core. I don't see him being like some veteran leader the way Rice was a veteran leader, the way Devontae Adams was a veteran leader on his, or the way God, I'm blanking on the wide receiver. Come on, for the Vikings, the stud, Justin Jefferson, right? Like, Freddie Solomon was nailed, says Santi. I'll give you some Freddie Solomon love. Heck yeah.
Absolutely, Freddie Solomon was nailed. And more than one person, Tony, lining up and saying, guys, John Taylor, hello. No question.
JT for life. JT for life, yeah.
You guys got me on that one. I would put him right up there with Terrell Owens. I really would. John Taylor would have been the number one receiver for any team in the NFL. Yep. He would have had he might have had monster numbers as it was, but
totally
on the other side, you got Jerry Rice. So he was not a forgotten man, certainly not here in San Francisco. We love John Taylor. And I always felt like he was one of the toughest, strongest, nastiest receivers. Like John Taylor would fight you at the drop of a hat. He was physical,
and he would get and return punts too, like it was nobody's business. I mean, that's one of the. I feel like that's one of the toughest jobs in football, is being a punt returner with like no love. You get no love for returning punts. You just
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
God, no.
I could not. I'm not built like that, dude. Because if the ball's in the air, your eyes are on that ball. You're looking up, and at the same time, you got 11 dudes sprinting to knock you on your A. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd just run away. I'd run off the field the opposite direction. Anyway, Tony, I didn't mean to hijack your top three. So, yes, I am open to a veteran coming in here to help. Absolutely. Especially some of the names you mentioned. We got some real players out there. So, yes. But I hope the Niners find a playmaker, an explosive wide receiver, because I feel like last year it was too much kind of possession guys, like Debo especially. Debo would make the catch and then immediately get tackled. I'm looking for somebody to start making plays, make a reception, shake a defender, and take it to the house, man. Get into the open field and do some damage. So I would hope a playmaker is the style of receiver that they're looking into.
That be Stephon Diggs, Centaur. Interesting. Stephon Diggs is out there just kind of frolicking around the offseason. Also, Paulie, Ricky Pearsall. This could be a breakout year for Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah,
it depends on how they're going to use him, but it could be a breakout year for Ricky Pearsall. It's exciting too. I'm excited for him too. He's not the leader type. He's not the leader type. We need
no. He's a kid. Yeah, he's just getting started. But I feel like with Pearsall, I'm just being honest. I got nothing against him. I hope this thing works, but I just need to see more. I want to see more Ricky Pearsall before I can really get really excited about it. But anyway, okay.
All right, number two.
Yep.
Ready? Number two. We'll see what happens. I mean, I have a feeling the Niners will not go for a veteran guy, but we'll see. Number two on the top three, we talked about the Warriors bench, right? We talked about how, like, last night it was Buddy Hield, 22 off the bench. The night before, or 2 days before that, it was Quentin Post, 16.
Yeah.
He started the game, but he's also a bench player too, and he's dropping 3-pointers as a 7-footer. It's fun to watch. Then you have Gary Payton, and you also have GB2. Then you also have Moses Moody.
Yeah,
and you've got Kevon Looney. Like, with all those names I just said, and they're all playing bench roles. Pajemski is a spot starter. Like, is strength in numbers back with the Warriors? Like, I feel like the way the bench is contributing, the way that Buddy Ball and Buddy Hield, the way that Jimmy Buckets is the Jimmy Butler era, right?
Buddy
all
Ball,
of it.
Tony, Buddy Ball, Bucket Ball, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
all of it. Of it. But the fact that, like, we have multiple nicknames and stuff, like, is strength in numbers back for the Dubs is basically what I want to know.
I love the question. I love where your head's at. I'm going to give you a resounding yes. I really feel like this is the bench. This is the kind of bench that you need going into a playoff run. If you're thinking about having a deep run, I am so optimistic and confident about the Golden State Warriors right now. And if you told me a month ago that I'd be this excited about the Warriors gearing up in their final stretch into the postseason, I would have said you're crazy, because it didn't feel very good about a month ago. Like, it really didn't. It was very flat out there. Steph was doing all the heavy lifting. He really needed help, and now he's got the help. And suddenly the Warriors, Tony, if you're keeping track, They're 8-2 with Jimmy Butler, man. They're 8-2. You couldn't ask for a better return on your investment when it comes to Jimmy Butler. So, yes, strength in numbers is back for all the reasons. I would just echo what you said. Quentin Post, even again, dude, I love Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer was out there at the end of the night last night running around making plays. I love Spencer. I love Post. I just think that, and like you said, Buddy Hield with the big night last night. I'm telling you, he's going to have moments in the postseason. Warrior fans are going to really get to love him in the postseason. That's my prediction anyway. Because there will be nights. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Kevon Looney too. Don't sleep on a Kevon Looney in the playoffs, just ripping boards, dude. Ripping boards. Yeah. And Guy Santos, Say It To Me Santos. I got to say it because Fish is the only band I know that has a song with the word Santos in it. So Say It To Me Santos. Okay. And then TJD, Trace Jackson Davis too. Like these are all I feel like they have a wealth of depth on the bench.
Tony, that's excited. The one thing, and this is just like a personal thing. It's not I'm not being critical of what Kerr is doing. I'm not at all. I think he's pulling all the right levers. But dude, I do miss Trace Jackson Davis. I really like that kid. And I feel like since Butler's come, you're getting less and less of him. Kerr throws him out there like, all right, 2 minutes left in the fourth. We got an 18-point lead. Hey, Trace, get your stuff. Get out there. It's like, damn, but I really like the kid. He's strong. He's got a high basketball IQ. I love his pedigree, and I'd like to see more. That's like maybe the only thing I'm not crazy about since Butler's come is I don't get my TJD like I'd like. But again, all these guys, that speaks to your question. Strength in numbers. It's a real thing. It's back. By the way, you know what else is interesting? And I'm not breaking news here, but the Warriors ascension, right? We're watching the Warriors ascend. You know who's right there with them? The Lakers. Lakers are on freaking fire right now. And Luka is starting to look like Luka. Like Luka, he's starting to figure out the whole LA system and how it works. And I was looking at some of his highlights last night, dude. He was dropping bombs from way downtown beyond the 3-point line. Also going to the rim. He's like
Curry. He will launch from anywhere on the floor.
I like his shot too. There's something about he's kind of got like that slingshot, kind of Larry Bird style. I like that, the way he shoots. And all I'm saying is keep an eye on the Lakers, Tony. They're right there. They're flying right now. So heads up. Yeah,
I know. I hate it, but it is respect. Tip of the cap and respect. And tip of the cap to LeBron too. The dude is ridiculous at his age. But did you say the word ascension? That word isn't used enough, and I want to give love to a great song by the artist Maxwell. Check out the song Ascension by Maxwell. You want to talk about a smooth groove? Check out the song Ascension by Maxwell. I promise you, it's a wonderful, wonderful tune. It's good for
what, love making? What love making? Where you got? Let's just talk about it. We're all adults. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Couple candles for Maxwell.
That's where I was going. But
you got your Maxwells, you got your D'Angelos. Maybe even throw on some Terrence Trent D'Arby. No one's looking. I don't know. Whatever it takes. Hey,
by the way, D'Angelo in the Sly Stone documentary is fantastic, man. The footage of D'Angelo in that documentary is so good.
Bro, D'Angelo, I love that guy, and he only makes like one album like every 10 years, and then he goes away again. But like his stuff is, I'm kind of what's the word? I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'd like to get more from D'Angelo. I like that dude. What do you got?
Hold on, the comment line, the last 4 comments, or the last 3 comments. Hold on a second. You got Panaki saying that entire Maxwell album was made for one thing, and it wasn't dancing.
Love making. Once again,
Naomi says Ascension. My husband's band plays that song.
Nice.
That's fantastic. And then Winks
was cool. Yeah.
Winks. You got your Maxwells. You got your Maxwells. You got your Rockwells.
You do, Winks. You know what's up. Exactly.
Well, Paulie, what was the artist that was featured in Rockwell's biggest hit?
It was a Jackson, right?
Michael Jackson.
It was Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Hey, I always feel like somebody's watching me.
I get
no privacy.
That's.
Sorry, dude.
Thank you, Tony. I get no privacy. By the way, not a bad track. Not a bad track right there. I always feel like somebody watching me. By the way, Panaki checking in going, hey, boys, D'Angelo's like 400 pounds now. Not 400. Not 400. That's That's like a sumo wrestler, dude. He ain't like that. But yeah,
Let's say I think it's fair to say he's on the Debo diet. How about that?
Yeah, but he's been through a lot. He really has. The guy's been through a lot. Let him eat. If that's what he wants to do, let the guy eat.
Totally.
Tony, let's get back to this because I got to go finish your top three, and then I want to do some more. I want to give Carlos some more love and flex funding. So give me
no
number
question.
3. Yeah,
and I want to do a couple of birthdays on the way out as well.
You
number
got it,
3 on Tony's top 3 is because it's Draymond's 35th birthday. Happy birthday, Draymond! Happy birthday, Day. I want to just ask you if you were on the road with the Dubs today, right? And you were at the hotel. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't say that's the bobblehead. The bobblehead's
you're all
back
good.
in back.
I'm just showing Day. You're good.
If you're on the road with the Dubs today, and the Dubs go out, and by the way, they play the Knicks today, 4:30.
It's gonna be a hell of a game, dude. Brunson is on fire right now. Jalen Brunson, he's like a one-man wrecking machine. So, and the Knicks, they scored, dude. They put points on the board. It's gonna be a tough game, and Steph has a gimpy ankle, so he might not go tonight.
Ooh,
Steph.
that would not be good. That would not be good because Brunson's probably had this game circled on his calendar for a while.
You know what, though, T? Real quick before you make your point, I just want to throw this one thing out there about Steph and his ankle. And he even said, he goes, listen, if it hurts, I'm not going to play tomorrow. Have you ever noticed, like, Kerr does this sometimes, Tony? Like, on a road trip, if there are a couple of, he'll just pull the plug on the whole operation and be like, you know what? I'm emptying the bench tonight. I'm starting Guy Santos. I don't get like this could turn into one of those if Steph doesn't go. I could see him just letting the bench kind of take the reins tonight and rest the big dogs. But I'm just throwing that out there. That could be the case tonight if Steph doesn't go. But Tony, sorry, finish your point.
And also, it's the wise move too. It's not worth one game. If Steph's ill and if he's not feeling good, then you sit him and you roll with what you got. Dubs are 5.5 point underdogs, by the way, so that's interesting too. I always love to see what Vegas thinks about these matchups. But number 3, if you were with the Dubs on the road and you could knock on Draymond's hotel door and present him a birthday gift, what would that birthday gift be?
Wow. Okay. Well, top of my head. Okay, here it comes. You're asking, I'm going to give it to you. And don't forget to keep feeding the ducks. It sounds like we got dry there.
No. It's on loop.
I know.
It's on
you know
loop.
what I mean? Yeah, it's on loop. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
For me, only because it's fresh in my head. I think I saw Don Peralta mention this earlier today that he just watched the Sly Stone documentary on Hulu, and I recommend everybody does. It's a Questlove movie. It's really, really good. Watch that doc. So what I would do is I would grab There's a Riot Going On, and I would grab the Sly Stone album called Fresh, and I would wrap them up in gift wrap. I would march them over to Day Day's room, and I would be like, Draymond, from me to you, I'm not sure if you've dived into the Sly Stone catalog yet, and if you haven't, let me help you get there. So I'd give him Riot Going On and Fresh by Sly and the Family Stone. That's my birthday
gift.
Love it. Yeah.
Love it.
How about yourself, T? What do you got for Day Day?
Well, I was thinking the gift of music as well, but I'm going to actually take a 180 and go with some of our commenters. Leah says just give him a joint, so you can give him that first. Then who else do we have? Oh, Dom says give him a slice of John's on Bleecker. Give him a whole pie.
Give him a whole pie.
Right?
Give him they drop the whole piece off. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Sanchi says you bring him a robe with a hoodie. So, because his birthday's on Roby Tuesday, you bring Draymond a robe with a hoodie.
I might bring him a
nice robe.
Tony, listen, I might bring him a framed photo of our founding father of Roby Tuesday, my guy up in Humboldt with the hood.
David.
I might just be like, David. Hey, Draymond, this is my friend David. I want to give this to you for your birthday. Just let Draymond put that in the locker room. That might be the final particle piece that gets the Warriors over the top. Frame photo with David in his bathroom.
There he is.
For Draymond. Great. Yeah, dude. You know what? The more I see this guy,
Dude, and the fist. I love the fist clenched. And then, by the way, he says Murph is right. It's like being hugged by a grizzly bear. And he says he calls himself Humboldt Fats. So there you go.
Bro,
there's Humboldt Fats right there.
Humboldt Fats all day. Sounds like a blues guy, actually, tonight at the Fillmore. Humboldt Fats. You know what I mean? Humboldt Fats. I freaking love your whole vibe, dude. I love your whole vibe. If you ever want to update those photos, give me some new ones. And Tony, if anybody else would like to email, could you put the email address up for our friends so they could see?
Absolutely. Hit us up at Polly's Pod or at Creative Tony on our social media. And then if you want to email us, you can email us pollyspod@gmail.com. So please keep it coming, you guys. This show doesn't work without you guys. So
okay, a lot of intrigue now, a lot of intrigue around Humboldt Fats. For example, Leah Phillips checks in. I need to know who took that photo of the mayor of Humboldt Fats. Good question, Leah. I'm with you on that.
Very good question.
A lot of mystique. Yeah. Who's involved? There's somebody else involved, or maybe he mounted it. He might have mounted the camera like on a timer. You never know. But we'll find out. That's a good question, Leah. Don Peralta, Humboldt Fats, one night and one night only at the Warfield. I'm with you. I'll book that right now. Creative Tony, I want to get a few more words about our friend Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding.
Yeah, real quick, Paulie, before you give Los some love, I just want to welcome Off-World 2112.
That's a Rush reference, 2112.
Right.
Let's go.
I know 2112 is, but I don't know what the 12 is, but I want to welcome Off-World 2112 to the show because I don't think I've seen that name before. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to see you, brother.
For supporting the cause. Thanks for join the PMP Army and meet us March 27th at Longbridge Pizza. By the way,
Benaki dropping a Humboldt Fats actually looks like D'Angelo. That's tough, dude. D'Angelo on his first album, they had him shirtless with his abs showing and stuff.
Oh, ripped.
But he said that really fucked him up. He didn't want to be that guy. He said the record company forced him into like showing off his body, and I think that's why he's going the other way now. He's like, F you guys, I'll get fat. Watch what I do now. I get it. I do. I understand why that.
Last question, Paulie. Last question before we give Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding some love, much deserved love. Our new partner. I just need a yes or no. Do you want Devontae Adams in red and gold?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I do.
I think I would too. What if it comes with Rodgers as a package deal as the Niners backup quarterback?
I'm not interested. And I cut it loose. It's as simple as that. Cut it loose. Leave it on the side of the road. I don't want Aaron Rodgers even near Levi Stadium. I don't even want him like in California. If I have a choice, I'd rather keep him out of the state altogether.
Maybe PMP Army. I need you to respond here in the closing minutes. I want your response here. What if I was to force Paulie to watch the Aaron Rodgers 3-part series Enigma with me, and I record his reactions while watching? Would you be into seeing that, PMP Army? Would you be into seeing that? Yes or no? Let us know in the comment line because I feel like that'd be very entertaining footage. Watching Aaron Rodgers' 3-part.
The guy's he's a massive tool, bro. He's a massive tool. He's been
Paulie, that's where you're mistaken. You're mistaken, Paulie. He's an enigma. Okay?
Oh,
please.
God. You know what I'm saying, dude? He gives ayahuasca a bad name, this guy. He really does. Yeah, I woke up today. I felt like a dragon. You know what, dude? Go blank yourself. Tony.
You see the infinity tattoo. The infinity tattoo that I just put on my arm. It's also like the number 8. It's the number 8, which is what I wear.
Yeah, it's like infinity. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go lie in a stream. Let me get my camera crew. Film me lying in a stream. Like, blank him, dude. Lying in a stream. Once I saw that, I turned it off. I watched about 90 seconds. As soon as he got in the stream, I'm like, I'm out. I'm effing out of here. Because I was getting so agitated. Tony, speaking of agitated, if you there he is.
Well, it was requested by a couple of our viewers, so one more time.
God bless America with this guy. Jesus H. Christ. Okay, listen to me now. Listen to me as I try to get centered. I want to talk about your finances and all of our friends. All my friends. Like Mickey Rourke said in Barfly, to all my friends. To all my friends who find themselves in need of cash. First of all, let me say I sympathize. I have been there. Mm-hmm. Again, to Robot Centaur, I feel like it's a big day for you and me because I feel you acutely on your college tuition concerns. I really do, dude. I'm just finishing up my kind of responsibility there with that, but it was like a lifetime commitment. You got to start saving money early. That's my best advice to you, but I'm not a pro. That's why you want to talk to a real professional like Carlos De La Fuente. Reach out and give him a shout, 925-250-4894. He'll check his emails daily if you want to check in that way, carlos@myflexnow.com. He represents Flex Funding. It's his operation, and basically what he does, he's got 26 years of experience in finance. Yep. And if it's mortgages, if it's private money loans, again, we're talking about your money, and you have to have the ability to trust the person or people that you're working with. And that's a primary reason why I'm actually going to represent Carlos, because I know he's a stand-up guy. I know you can trust him, and I know he cares about his clients. That's the thing. That some of these bigger corporations, like you're just a faceless, nameless client who's going to give them a check at the end of the day. Carlos isn't like that. He's a San Francisco native. I told you about the 26 years of experience, and let him go to work. Let him put that experience to work on your behalf. Because, of course, you don't have all the answers financially and otherwise, and neither do I. But you want a stand-up guy you can trust, and you want to be treated like a friend instead of some faceless client. He'll handle your money like it was his own. Think of it that way. Like, he's not going to put you in a place that's going to hurt you. He's going to improve your position. He'll also work to ensure your experience with flex funding is painless and positive. Carlos can help you today, right now, especially when it comes to HELOC loans. He's like specializes in that home equity line of credit with no appraisal fees, kids, no appraisal fees, no hidden fees of any kind. As a matter of fact, no escrow and title fees. You're going to get very fast closings with Carlos as well, usually within 8 days. And again, I'm just happy to partner up with him, man. We've been talking to Carlos quite a bit over the past few weeks, and we're happy to launch this campaign today. It's Carlos de la Fuente. By the way, you call him Los if you want to. He goes by Los with his friends. You can pick him up and be like, yeah, what's up, Los? Polymac told me to call you. And you can do that. Reach out, tell him I sent you, and see how he can go to work for you today and improve your financial reality, Tony.
Also, Paulie, I want them to know too that Los didn't. It wasn't like a cold call from Los or us calling Los cold call. It was that you guys met at at the place called Sauced, right, in Walnut Creek, and became buddies. And it was the organic nature of the relationship that started this whole thing.
True story.
And also, and Carlos is a Bay Area native, dude. He went to Sacred Heart. He's one of the part of the Fighting Irish Sacred Heart in San Francisco, which I love that school, the big rival to my high school. And also an SF State Gator. So he knows the area. He's from the area. And, it's real quick, Paulie, on the way out, I just want to say this because my dad has spent his whole life working in sales. And I always asked my dad, like, how he was successful in sales. And he said, because he never treated anything like a transaction. He was genuinely interested in the relationship forming through the business, and to where some of his best friends to this day are people that he met through business. And I feel like Carlos is that kind of dude. Like, he's just a genuine dude who wants to help you out. It's like, help me, help you, or that kind of thing. And everybody, it's like a win-win situation. So anyway, the information's on the screen. Carlos at myflexnow.com is probably the best way to get in touch with him is email, because it's just so quick. Carlos at myflexnow.com, or the number on the screen. By the way, I'm going to do some research. I want to find the jersey numbers assigned to that phone number, because I'm going to start giving some jersey numbers.
I almost did that, dude. I almost did the same thing, but I decided to play it straight today as we launch the campaign. I don't want to get too cute, but I had the same exact thought. And I was
right out of the gates, Paulie. I can give you Jim McMahon, Bonds. Then I can give you Pablo Sandoval and Charles Haley right out of the gates.
I can give you Justin Smith, or I can give you Dana Stubblefield at the end as well. It depends. See, we'll do this a lot, but let's not burn it all out today. We got a lot of references and a lot of Niners to quote with Carlos's phone number, and we will get to all of them before the end of the day. Tony, very quickly, only since you brought it up, give me your favorite 49er who wore number 9. Go.
Oh God, Jeff Kemp.
I asked. He's got that. That's the thing. Tony's never without an answer when it comes to Niner ball. One of the things we bonded on early and often, I'm like, this guy loves the Niners like I do. I know we're going to get great. By the way, final thing on Carlos today. You know what he's doing? You know what he's doing right now? Literally.
Oh, nice.
Right now. Carlos is in. This is the kind of guy he is. Carlos is in Scottsdale, getting ready to go watch Giant baseball with Larry Krueger. Okay.
Yes.
That's the kind of community friendships we're talking about. But that does it kind of shows you who Carlos is, dude. He's just a great guy. He's a great hang, and he is actually watching the Giants with Kruger today out in Arizona. So you boys have a great time. What's up, Larry Kruger? Thanks for everything, bro. I feel you, and I love you. Creative Tony, let's take it home if you could. And thank you, Carlos. We'll talk more about Carlos as the shows unfold this week. Tony,
absolutely.
If you would, I'd love it if you would be good enough to dismiss our class on the way out the door.
I will dismiss the class, and I also want to do some housekeeping on the other side, too.
Class dismissed!
Yeah, man. More. I need more Van Halen. That's all. Yeah. I need more Van Halen, man. You want to housekeep? Go ahead and housekeep. I don't know where you're going.
Just housekeeping. I just want to remind people that the audio version of our shows are on Spotify, and Apple Music and iHeartRadio also, and to check us out on YouTube, and you can like and subscribe on there at Polymax Particles. If you search at Polymax Particles for Spotify and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, excuse me, and on YouTube, and also you follow us on X. You can follow us on Blue Sky. You can follow us on. By the way, there's a whole thing on that show, Running Point, I was talking about yesterday. There's a whole thing about X versus Twitter. It's good. That show's good, Paulie. You got to get on that show. I'm telling you.
Can I ask you? Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. One quick cultural question on the way out the door, if I may. Thank you, Dom. Look at Dom checking in. He's being a super today. Class dismissed. You got it, Dom. Damn right. I bought my pencil. Give me something to write on, man. You got Leah Phillips up there too? What are you doing over there? A lot going on right now. Tony's.
Wait, what happened? Sorry, that just jumped real quick. Here we go.
Fine, that's okay,
Class
man.
dismissed. Dom, thank you, dude. Come on, Dom's the man.
Dom is the man. And I have a quick cultural question on the way out the door, Tony, because I was about to go peace. I'm about to say peace. Y'all have a great day. And when I give the peace sign, I still throw two fingers up. I go, peace. Here's my question to everybody, to all of y'all. When did people start chucking the peace sign sideways? When did that shit start?
That's that's not sideways. That's not that. No. That's like greater than, less than.
No. People sometimes go peace, and they'll just throw up the sideways peace. I'm like, when did that start? I thought you go like this, then it turned into this.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, I can't do it. I don't. It doesn't even register in my head. I just peace or peace.
Okay,
peace.
Hey,
even that's awkward.
It
peace. But this is greater than, and less than. Like,
I know
that's what those are to me.
Tony, you're not out on the streets often enough like me. I'm on the streets daily. I walk the streets. I get stuff. There's no question about that. Paulie Mac is the streets. So when I'm on the streets, a lot of people want to stop me. They go, Paulie Mac, hey, great Niner takes today, dude. Paulie Mac, have a great day. Peace. And they'll throw like a sideways peace at me. And I'm like, okay, peace. But I throw mine straight up. Tony, go ahead. What is it on the way out the door?
Do you remember we were wondering who Off-World 2112 was? Dude, that's Humboldt Fats. That's the mayor of Roby Tuesday.
I should have known. I should have freaking known. Humboldt Fats, great to get you on the Thank you, Humboldt Fats, for checking in, bro. Great to have in the comments. Hey, we got one more super on the way out the door. Look at this. Who is this now? I can only see the green, Tony. I don't have the name yet.
Oh, Karen,
there's one.
Come on, Karen, on the way out. Oh, man.
Karen's a sweetheart. I still like those glasses, Karen.
Yeah.
I can't see them really well, but they look like they have red frames. They look cool. I like that. And thank you, Karen. Thank you for checking in and being a super.
And Paulie, I think I shared this with you yesterday off the air, but I want to just show everybody's. I was going through the back end of our YouTube account.
Yeah,
we have over 100 different super contributions to the show. That's incredible, and it's just thank you. I just want to say thank you all. That's
Me too.
It's just I was blown away when I went to the back end of our YouTube channel and I saw that. I'm like, damn.
Tony, I want to say thanks to all of our supers, to all of our commenters, and watch this, Tony. I want to wish everybody a great day filled with love and peace. I'm kidding, peace when I go like that. I'm gonna throw them up correctly. I throw my.
What's next? Is this next? Like peace?
Can you make the peace sign walk a little bit, Tony?
Peace? I mean,
it's a walking piece. Yeah. Hey, peace, y'all. I gotta go. Yeah.
I will say, in Japan, when they want you to come here, they'll give you this. They will say, come here.
Something about Japan, dude. I'm fascinated with Japan. I really am.
Japan's amazing.
All samurai culture. You ever read the Book of the Samurai? Last question.
No, but I
highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
All right.
Oh, it's incredible, dude. The Book of the Samurai is worth reading. Fascinating.
Nice. Okay.
You can employ some of those concepts into your daily life. Tony, for example, like say when you're getting yelled at, you know what I mean? You got to go into your inner samurai mode and just try to filter that shit out. All right, I'm getting yelled at again. How do I handle this? You know what I mean? All the answers are in that book. Tony, I got to go. Stacy, I got to go.
Last on the way out, Rags wants to say, what's next? Middle finger down. And Paulie, you and I used to riff about this, about pointing the middle finger.
Right at somebody.
Point the middle finger. It's really powerful. It feels good.
And you. Yeah, just point it right at the guy. Yeah, it is. Why show it up when you can just aim it at the guy? Hey, F this guy right here. You know what I mean?
And on the way out, I don't do the side skirts. There's no wings for mine. My middle finger is always like this.
I
don't
like
do the,
knuckles. I like to get the knuckles involved. Yeah. All right, Chris. I don't know what happened here. I don't know how this thing. It went where it went. What do you want from me? It's like a John Coltrane song. Once again, it's going to go where it goes. I got no control.
I like that. It went where it went. I like that.
Well, that's
like
any John Coltrane jam. It's just going to go where it goes. You got no control. He's going to take it wherever he takes it. Tony, I love you, and I love all our commenters and all of our supers. Everybody be cool. Have a great day. Go Dubs. Oh, final thing. After the Warrior game tonight, I'm jumping on Eric Engel's show.
Nice. Triple E.
Triple E show. We're going to do some post game together, so I'll be with him around, I guess, 7 o'clock tonight, something like that. In any case, look forward to talking to Triple E. He's a great kid. I don't want to encourage people to check out his show. Tony, I got to go. Stacy, I got to go.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., our night flight, 8 p.m. after an eventful day tomorrow, Paulie. So
and
that's
will
all I'm
he?
say.
It'll be a very eventful day tomorrow. Get ready, y'all. There's stuff in the works here. You're gonna be excited.
Get busy, y'all.
Yeah. Tony, I don't want to say Donte Whitner will be joining us tomorrow, but maybe I should. Maybe if I say he's not coming on, maybe he will come on. You know what I mean? We'll play like a mind game. We'll do like the reverse Jedi mind trick on him or something like that. But anyway, Donte Whitner sends his apologies. We'll get a hold of him. It's like, once again, John Coltrane. We'll get Donte whenever we get Donte. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You got to go samurai with this shit sometimes. You got to get like way into your psyche. All right, Tony, this has been a long goodbye. So, dude, I'll let everybody go. We love you guys. Everybody be cool. We'll see you tomorrow night on Night Flight. Peace, y'all. Y'all go.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah. Come on, man.